Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. My early preteen years were filled reading any R.L. Stine Fear Street book that I could get my hands on. They were a little edgier, a little scarier than his Goosebumps series. They're now the basis for a spooky new trilogy from Netflix. Fear Street Part 1, 1994 hits the streaming service July 2nd, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. The town of Shadyside has been hit with a series of teen slayings dating back years. Now the Skull Mask Killer has struck again. A young woman working at the Shadyside Mall B. Dalton Booksellers is killed, and despite the killer being shot, the horrors don't stop. A group of friends, including Dina, her friend and cheerleading captain Kate, her younger brother Josh, her ex-girlfriend Sam, and her goofy friend Simon believe that it's the spirit of a witch haunting Shadyside for all these centuries. It stars up-and-coming actors Kiana Madeira, Olivia Scott Welch, Benjamin Flores Jr., Julia Raywald, and Fred Heckinger. Now, the Fear Street trilogy isn't directly based on any one book in the series, but rather uses R.L. Stine's universe as the basis for the overall tone and setting of the film. Fans will be able to spot real Fear Street books like The Wrong Number and First Evil in the opening scene at B. Dalton. The first entry in this trilogy really gives off major scream and urban legend vibes with its 90s slasher flick setting. Now, Maya Hawke's casting as the opening girl is very reminiscent of Drew Barrymore in Scream, and you can hear notes of Scream's score in this score, which was also composed by Marco Beltrami. Now, if you couldn't already tell, Fear Street Part 1, 1994 really rests in this state of nostalgia for those who grew up reading the books and watching the movies that director Lee Janiak draws inspiration from. A majority of the film plays well for its early teen demographic. It's certainly not as gory or gruesome for your standard horror movie audience. The blood and tear is primarily saved for its pretty shocking climax. The focus of the movie is more on this group of friends putting the pieces together of this witchy urban legend and how to finally stop her. The cast is clearly having fun, and it's great to see some non-traditional casting and relationships rooted in your traditional horror movie character types. Now, that being said, I wouldn't quite say that any of these characters are all that memorable in the way that we've gotten to know and love characters from Halloween, Scream, or even the new movie Freaky. Fear Street 1994 is a fun start to this trilogy, given the overall aesthetics. There's a preview of Part 2, 1978, before the credits, and it looks to be even scarier. I think Part 1 will play better after all three are released. I'm giving Fear Street Part 1, 1994, 3 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I get some other movie reviews, get some celebrity interviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews, as well as a Scream retrospective that I did last year that you should definitely check out. Thank you so much for watching my review of Fear Street Part 1, 1994. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.